Hey everybody, I'm Bob from Black Arrow Gaming, and welcome back to my 5th Age of Wonders 3 Advanced Strategy series. And I am going to do things in a little bit different order this week. I'm going to do a few battles first and then go over the comments, because a lot of the comments have to do with casting spells on the strategic map, and I need to make sure I have casting points left to do that with. I may touch on a few things in the comments here and there as I move forward, but in the meantime, there are battles that I know are coming, specifically in this area against these units, and I'm going to have one down here, which should be a pretty easy one, taking out this Dovahkiin's hero and some Phantasm Warriors. Actually, I wouldn't mind converting one of those if I can grab it, or converting that guy for that matter. He might be a nice replacement for the Dreadnought I lost earlier. I think I would rather have an Orc Dreadnought than a Halfling anyway. There was a comment about resurrecting my Halfling Dreadnought, which I think is also probably a good idea. If nothing else, she was pretty well leveled up. But I don't know, we'll get to that in a little bit. Let's get things rolling here with all this crap going on up here in the north. I have to decide what order I'm going to do this in. Generally speaking, I think I want to keep everyone in mostly the same stacks, except for one thing I realized. I don't really want the snake with Karzan. I would rather have the snake with Farron the Wicked, I think, because Farron the Wicked has that divine protection, or not divine protection, very much the opposite. What is that called? The thing that protects undead from protection from light. That's it. For spirit and fire protection. I think that's pretty important. Well, then again, though, Farron's got a bunch of buffs that do benefit melee units, and just generally has... Oh, no, wait. Well, hang on. This is actually arguably better, because Strong Will gives the undead 100% spirit protection. They still got the fire weakness, and I guess the spirit protection doesn't really help against armies of machines. It will if more Archangels show up. But I guess it doesn't really matter that much. So, I guess I'll go ahead and still leave one undead unit with Farron, just because he has undead healing and he may as well make use of it. So I'll leave one of the snakes with him. I think that cadaver's going to get dropped here. I mean, he's going to follow along, but he's going to kind of be in a stack by himself. Actually, the dragon is going to need to be by itself for this battle, because it's got a little bit more mobility. So I'm going to move everybody up kind of like... That's a mountain tile, is it? Crap, that slows me down a bit. Wraith will be... No, actually Karzan can handle this. So what I'm going to do is move up like this, attack. I'm going to try to kill all of this right here. So I'm going to attack with the dragon on this stack. Excuse me. And then I'll probably attack with Karzan on that stack south, but that's only one unit, so Karzan can pretty much run in and deal with it by himself. Oh, the poor cadavers. What have you done, you monsters? Well, we can't stand for that. These guys are gonna have to die. Alright, Snake can do what he does best, that's chance to stun, and I think Karzan's just gonna get really hyper aggressive on this one too. I can probably take out one of those frost tanks like right off the bat. I think I'm going to try to do so. Let's go ahead and do Absorb Pain on Karzan and fly him up here. I want to get really aggressive here. I don't want to give these things a chance to set up or get a bunch of attacks off on me. Or, well, actually, I don't want to give them a chance to retreat and shoot at me again, is what I'm actually more worried about. Farron really needs some patching up there, so we'll take care of that. We've got my snake can at least reach that cannon, although I might have him go for the frost tank instead. I'm not sure. Actually, I think this snake's going to go sit here and hold still next to the cannon, just that threat of possibly stunning it. I think I'm okay with that. Let's move him here. I think they're not going to do a lot of damage doing frost throwing on this dragon because of his 40% frost protection. In fact, most of my undead should be pretty safe from the frost tanks. I wish this snake could reach that juggernaut, but he can't. He can reach this one, which is probably what I'll use him for, because I think I can actually kill this one. So let's do that. Move this guy here. Damage it a bit. Karzan can war cry and probably, maybe not. We'll see. If he doesn't, okay, the giant can finish it off. I should probably use the giant first because of Karzan's killing momentum, but I think it's okay. Okay, I at least got a... Did I get a stun on him? I did. He just is still moving around for whatever reason. Okay, so I want the giant to finish off the frost tank that I stunned. Or I could always have somebody weaker take care of it. Like these guys here, who aren't going to do much else. Oh, of course they would do 1 damage every single time, right? Okay. Farron should be relatively safe to move up, I think. As long as I keep him on defense, he should be fine. I would like to kill that frost tank too if I can. Oh wait, no, that's the one I stunned, right? I don't need to worry about that one on this turn. Okay, Farron's gonna go sit here. Should be pretty safe there because both cannons have already shot, and I don't... the Juggernaut's really the only thing that's gonna be able to do much to me here. And that frost tank, if it decides to do something, we'll see. I may finish off frost tank with this wraith. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And use the giant to either do some damage to the juggernaut or maybe some damage to this other frost tank over here. Choose that guy. Okay, I don't think they have very many options. The only units that can really do anything are this frost tank and the juggernaut, and by themselves those guys aren't going to kill anything, so I should be okay. Alright, did a decent bit of damage to my poor undead there, but they'll shake it off. Got some healing I need to do, but should probably make sure I can kill everything first. The dragon probably can. I want to try to get the snakes going after the juggernaut, if possible. Let's see what Farron can do to this cannon. Farron does have Demolisher, but he's still not particularly useful against machines. He may have... No, he doesn't have anything useful for spells. How about I'll move these guys here. Can try to scorch that thing and then maybe let the firstborns go in for some damage on it. It resisted. Okay. Karzan could finish it off and still get a hit in on the juggernaut. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Karzan goes here. He doesn't actually need to use his spear to finish this thing off, I don't think. No. Alright, then he can use the spear on that just for the extra damage, because why not? And then go in for another hit. Okay, I want this snake to go after that juggernaut. That should be stunned, I think. Okay, good. Alright, that opens up quite a few options. I'll go ahead and kill this cannon with this snake, because he's right there. Or, well, stun it. Farron can go back here and flank this one. At least do some damage. And then I think I can think about healing here, or at least pretty soon. Let's go ahead and finish that guy off. I think I want the giant to do some more damage to that cannon. I don't want it to move. Well, actually, it's not going to matter. It's already reloaded. I would actually very much like to kill it now that I think of it. I don't know if I'll be able to, because he could one-shot the halfling, which would just be annoying. Although he can't fire while he's engaged, so... And he's engaged by both Karzan... Okay, never mind, I'm fine, as far as I can tell. I don't think he's going to be able to do anything, especially not if I toss a rock in his back. Okay, now if he moves, he dies. So he actually can't fire his cannonball. This means that I want to move them over here to heal the Wraith. And then use the Wraith to heal the Firstborn. Use these Firstborn to break that tank. And, oh, I forgot about these guys down here. They can just fly in and join the party. I'll be able to do some more healing after this turn. For the XP of it, I could go reanimate those guys. Why not? Why not give the halfling a little extra XP? Okay, he's got healing, so I'm gonna use him to probably patch up that Firstborn. Who else took damage? Somebody else took some pretty nasty damage there. Maybe I have healed it up pretty much. Karzan's got Nourishing Meal, so I can still use that to patch up an undead that needs it. The snake could use it, I suppose. So let's Nourishing Meal that snake. Alright, who else have we got here? The snake, we've got anybody else with healing. Undead healing on Farron, right? Could use that on the snake. That's pretty much it. Okay. So I'm going to have Farron move down. Undead heal the snake, which he really needed. This snake can finish off that cannon. This guy finishes off that cannon. And that snake can finish off the Juggernaut, and then I think I win. That should be it. Alright. Neat. Pretty easy when you got overwhelming numbers. Speaking of easy, Karzan's going to handle this one. It will bring everybody in, but I really don't need everybody. But we're already all here, so we may as well have some fun. I'm trying to save my casting points. There was a comment I'll get to later because I need to remember who to attribute it to. But it was with respect to combining, in tactical combat, combining Wreck, which gives a unit plus 100% physical weakness, with Disintegrate, which checks against physical weakness. That's a nasty combination. Very, very good. But, and I will attribute that to the correct person when I actually go through the comments. But I do need my casting points for many other things on the tactical strategic map on this turn, so I'm going to try to avoid doing that. Alright, let's go ahead and get Absorb Pain going. Karzan can run out here and just get in the way. Let's see, I think I've got... Giant could use some health, so let's do that. Whoops, wrong healing. In fact, the Firstborn could use it too. Oh, and you know what? So could this guy. He took a nasty beating in the last battle too. Alright. I believe everyone is ready. Karzan can start poking stuff. And, oh, the Giant's just out of range to throw a boulder. Ah, that's okay. Alright. No problem. This snake can hopefully stun that thing. Okay. Which means you can heal, or you can be healed by the halfling. Well, you heal... No, these guys can heal themselves. Halfling heals these guys. These guys heal Farron. And Karzan could heal these guys. So much healing to go around. Karzan could also nourishing meal those guys, and someone could even patch up the snake a bit. But I got a feeling I'm going to end up killing this thing before that all happens. Alright, Karzan, nourishing meal those guys. Everybody else is pretty much topped off. Necromancer could use Touch by Faith on Karzan. And the Halfling, if I want to get really technical here, could try to steal all of Karzan's enchantments. Aha! I now have Touched by Faith on an undead unit. Huh, that's actually interesting. I didn't really think about that before. Touched by Faith normally can't affect undead, if I'm not mistaken. Undead units are not affected. Did it actually improve his morale? Yep, it did. So, technically speaking, it can affect undead units, but only if the undead unit steals the enchantment. That's good to know. Alright. Carrying on, we've got these two Jabba the Hutts over here. I'm gonna probably send Farron's group after them. They are... Okay, well, it was pointed out to me by someone in the comments. I apologize. Again, I'm doing this kind of out of my normal order. Actually, I didn't write this one down, though. But they were in the water, but they're actually on a bridge. So this is a safer battle than what I initially thought it would be. So Farron, I was initially worried about him being on the spider and embarking on the water. But I actually don't need to worry about that. So I'm going to send whoever can inflict, like, curses and stuff. So I'm going to want... Actually, pretty much everyone who needs to be there is there already. I might swap out that cadaver for... Oh, that must be a road, because they've only got 2 movement left, but they can still reach it. I need to make sure everybody else can still move. Okay, it's 14 move cost to get on the mountains, so I should be good moving everybody here. Yep, that'll work. Karzan can kind of come over here because he can fly, so he can get back to his group pretty easily. Probably put the dragon here, I guess. Okay, that'll work. That's about as much as I can get in here. We'll attack with the Wraith. He's got plenty of movement. There is a wizard tower right over there, and I will get to that in a minute as well. It was pointed out to me that I should be clearing those. There's another one I think I might be able to get on this turn. So, but let's go ahead and get the Gluttons first. I won't be able to get the wizard tower this turn. At least not that wizard tower. I won't be able to get it this turn anyway. Alright, so the idea here is to try to ghoul curse at least one, if not both of these guys. Alright, so for starters, curse is great. I believe these guys actually have... Or no, they're not... They do have Inflict Curse. Okay, they have Inflict Curse. I believe Farron also has Inflict Curse. Yep. And then, of course, these guys can just throw a curse the old-fashioned way. They have a pretty low chance of that working, though. Yeah, I forgot about their blight protection, although... This is probably worth it for a glutton. Oh, but Wreck only affects machines. Boats, machines, or undead. Okay. Dang. I don't think anything else gives these people... Does anything else give them spirit weakness? I could use Slayer's Doubt. Might be worth it. Because Slayer's Doubt would severely slow them down. I mean, they're gluttons as it is. I'm not going to worry about it that much. I don't want to waste mana. Like I said, I do need it for a lot of other things here, so... Alright, let's just do this for now. Give everybody all the buffs. And let's see if we can get the Wraith King to take the majority of these hits. I'm not going to try cursing yet. I'm going to see if I can goad him into going after the Wraith King. And in the meantime, why don't you take a nourishing meal just for the XP of it? I think it just said target cannot be affected. But it still worked. Okay. And I want to leave everybody else just in range to kind of like shoot curses at it. Okay, he's going to do that. That actually shouldn't come as a surprise to me. Okay, the Wraith can sit right there. He can take hits from both of those things, no problem. Let's back this guy up and see if we can land a curse on maybe at least one of these guys. Oh, and they've got Inflict Despair, too. Not working so far. Actually, I have to navigate to Farron's move manually because he's got so many abilities. Okay, I got a Despair in there. That's helpful. I think the Farron may also have Inflict Enfeebling Fever, too, which... Have I gotten that for him yet? Maybe he does not have that yet. But that would be useful in this situation because it would, I think, lower poison resistance. Let's see what these guys do after I hold ground, because they can't actually make it to any... Well, okay, they can make it to the halfling, and I don't want them to do that. So we'll... I don't really want Farron to get swallowed whole either. You know what? It'll pop back out if they... Yeah, he wanted that halfling. Wanted a halfling snack. But he shall not have it. Let's get the cadavers to turn him around. Alright. This guy, I think, needs to die. I'm going to focus on one of them instead of trying to get both. I think that's the one I did get one level of despair on. Okay, good. So I'm going to keep going for that. And I think Farron also has Inflict Despair. So... Okay, multiple stacks of despair. Alright. Forget this guy. He's too much of a problem now that he's up in my face. So I'm gonna just try to kill him. If I could, ideally, stun him. I also need to lower this guy's movement a bit. I think I will Slayer's Doubt here once. Because I don't want him running off and eating somebody. And it's got a 100% chance to work, so... Good job, buddy. Go fix up that little halfling. Okay, and he'll have another chance to try to curse as well. Actually, I think he is cursed. He's Despair ×5 and cursed. He should be a pushover as far as... I hope he doesn't. I hope I don't kill him with the Wraith here. The Wraith might actually kill him because he's... Oh no, good. He's got that. Okay. I should be able to Ghoul Curse him now. Ghoul Curse has a 100% chance of success. Okay, I will take that. Anybody else need patching up? I think Karzan... Well, Karzan could heal himself. And these guys could heal Farron, who needs to make sure he gets that Ghoul Curse. Poke. Okay, who else? Halflings can heal themselves. Cadavers can eat... Wow, they're gonna eat a glutton corpse. That's interesting. Okay. Reanimators can patch up the dragon. I think everybody else is pretty much good. That should be fine. We can finish it off with the snake and maybe the wraith. Easy. Alright. Cool. I got a glutton to replace the one I lost earlier. What a mess this is. It's a glorious mess, but it is a mess. Okay, that glutton's going to be kind of on his own for the moment. I'll probably try to get him buddied back up with Farron's army. And I think for the time being, since these units are pretty much out of movement, I'm going to get them back into their original stacks. I would like to have that dragon with Farron's group, but for the moment, I can't even get... I think I might take the priest off by himself. Because the dragon just pairs better with Farron's group. But he's out of movement, so for the moment, dragon's gonna have to sit here. And then we're just gonna hope nothing picks off that glutton while he's by himself. Okay, so that takes care of the pending situation up north, at least for this turn. Let's go on down south, or, well, now rather to almost the middle of the map. And we've got some stuff to take care of with Ganon's army. We've got those Phantasm Warriors. We got the Dreadnought that I'm probably going to try to convert. It is an Orc too, so that should make that even easier. He's only got 8 resistance. I should be able to get him. Alright, so let's get everybody in on this. Now, I looked at this earlier and was trying to figure out what the most ideal way to approach is. Ganon's army has the most movement, so I think he's going to be the one to attack. These other groups... I want to get the Storm Sisters in on this because I want them to start getting XP, and that's really easy to do against the Phantasm Warriors. I will show you guys why if I have that opportunity. I think I'm going to drop the Priests for this one, even though they're technically better against those Phantasm Warriors, because I want the Storm Sisters to have room to get some XP, as many of them as I can. So this group's going to go... How far can these guys go? Okay. I'm going to drop those guys, move this group here, and get the Storm Sisters paired up with it. Like that. Giants go here, and Ganon's army comes here, and then can attack like that. Overwhelming numbers in my favor. That's the way I like it. And we'll see if we can pick up a new hero. Alright, you guys are making a terrible mistake. Charging Ganon. I need to start thinking about cursing that guy right away, probably. I do have at least one orc in here that can curse. It's this guy right here. And I think I'm going to try to do that with him as early as possible. He resisted, but he can't move far, so I'll have another crack at it a little later. The Shrine of Smiting should be able to kind of annihilate that Phantasm Warrior, so that's exactly what I'm going to do with it. Okay, so we stay there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do what I wanted to do with the Storm Sisters because they're kind of on the wrong side of the battlefield. But basically, Storm Sisters, these guys are ideal for leveling up Storm Sisters because Storm Sisters have a lot of shock resistance of their own. So they can just go back and forth doing melee attacks, and it actually works out pretty well. Storm Sisters have 80% shock protection, so the Phantasm Warriors barely damage them at all. And they're a tier 2 unit, so they give a decent amount of XP. Alright, Smiting Prayer Bolts again. Drop that guy. I want to break this guy's guard and apparently panic him. Okay, that's fine. Poor tigers aren't going to know what hit him. I'm going to soften them up first a little bit with the Goblin Reanimator, I think. That guy's going to run in and do whatever damage he can to whoever he can, which is probably going to be those trolls. So instead of that, I'm going to put my giant right here to give him a nice, warm welcome. As per usual, we're going to want Absorb Pain on Ganon. And Ganon can come over here and give Touch by Fate to that giant. Any damage the Storm Sisters can do to anything is useful because I do need to level them up. I think I'm just going to kill this guy now. And everyone else can pretty much just run forwards. Alright, that should do it. Alright, let's see what I can do here. I've got my Necromancer, but he's a little too far in the back. His guard is still up anyway. I mean, I could lower it with an orc, but I think I'm just going to leave him alive and kind of let him do whatever he wants here. Let's see if I can get the Storm Sister to go melee with these guys. I might actually be able to do that. If I just move everybody away and take the hits. Oh, now he's panicked. Well, that actually makes things a little easier. Now he's panicked. Okay, perfect. That actually helps a lot. Okay. I know I'm doing a lot of micromanagement in this episode. I kind of wanted to focus on that a little bit here, so I don't always do that a lot. But the idea is all about these Storm Sisters. I want to get them to gold rank so they get Inflict Stun as soon as possible. They can do a little damage to the orc. Great, I'll take it. In fact, if he wants to run in and melee attack them, that's fine too. Although he'll probably use the gun that he doesn't have. I guess they don't. I guess he dropped his gun somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, I want to get this guy moving up ASAP because he can use Black Bolts to try to curse the Dreadnought there. Alright, let's just go to the next turn and see what happens. Okay. Oh, he almost killed one of them. I don't want that. He's well, he is an orc. I guess I should have seen that coming. But she did level up, so that's good. Let's see here. First off, heal. Then I want to take another crack at cursing that guy. Okay, perfect. Ganon may have... Okay, I'm going to get one shot at despairing him. And then Ganon should have a pretty good chance to convert. By pretty good, I mean 90%. I'll take that. Alright, so now he's converted. I can heal him up. And these two are both on the run. I am going to let my Storm Sisters take care of all of that. As soon as they're done being panicked. Hey, hey, hey! Oh! Oh, they dispelled it. Ah, oh, no! That sucks. I didn't see that coming. That one just kind of caught me by surprise. I don't know why I didn't think about that. I should have done everything I could to end the battle while he was under my control. And I can only convert once, so it looks like I don't get that Dreadnought, and I'm down a Storm Sister in a perfectly easy battle. Well, I may as well try to make sure the other two get leveled up, per my original plan here. So, I am very upset with you, sir. Let's just let Ganon do the honors here. Butthead. Alright. I'm gonna let her go running down here. Hopefully these guys will go after the Storm Sisters since they're closest. And everybody else is... I'm just gonna cycle... Oh, I clicked the wrong button again. See, look at all that. All that back and forth. Doesn't even phase him. least I didn't bestow Iron Heart on the orc. I have done that before. Those of you who have watched me for long enough know that I have done that before on camera. Alright. I guess I just leave everybody here. Actually, probably better to just attack with the Storm Sister. They're actually getting more XP than I am, but I am getting XP for this. As long as the Storm Sisters get the finishing move, should be good. But I do want to make sure that I keep them healthy. So, Reanimators cannot reach. They should be fine. Oh, gosh. I guess, okay, I was underestimating how much damage of theirs is actually physical. I thought it was mostly, I mean, it is mostly shock, but it's almost half and half. I don't feel like I've really taken that much damage from these guys before. I'm just glad I didn't lose her, though. We'll bestow Iron Heart. This one can finish off that guy. And she could probably finish that one off, but I need extra healing for her. That ought to do it. Now she's got Bestow Iron Heart on top of everything else, so he might go after the halfling, but it won't really matter that much if he does. There are probably other units that could use healing, so I'm going to try to patch up a few other people. Make sure everybody at least uses healing once. Alright. Hey! Wait. Oh my gosh! I didn't take that into account. I didn't take a lot of things into account in this battle. Here I am trying to do too much. Too much micromanagement. It's not always a good thing, I guess. Well, at least I'm making more of these things every turn. Alright, you know what? About had it with you. Just finish him. Well, there's a fine example on how to not micromanage your units. I'm just gonna move on. To be honest, there's nothing else to say about that. I'll hear about it in the comments, I'm sure. That's fine. I deserve it. Let's get a road built, which I probably should have done before moving those armies forward. I want to start working on a road to get out to that city there. And these guys, well, I'm gonna need people to replace the units I just lost, so move them there. That might actually not be good because they're technically in the city and would have to defend it. If I build a wooden wall there, it'll be okay. Maybe. Actually, that's an Orc Crusader, and this is an all-melee army except for the hero. I could probably manage that, even if they did attack, just with spells. Race Governance level up, that's nice at least. I'll take the one for extra happiness. I'm not going to be making Unicorn Riders. Blah, blah, blah. Cower Weakling, I've heard it before. Inventory. Okay, so, you know what? I think this is actually a good part in the episode to go through and do the comments, since I have managed to save most of my casting points. Many of the comments are going to have to do with casting points. So let's get started with Organism and Casper Elkund, which said cast Embrace Darkness on the Mer City. Technically, I don't need to do that this turn, but I'm going to because I'm afraid I will forget if I don't. So I do have Paid Absolution ready to go. It doesn't really matter where I throw that down. That's good to have pretty much anywhere. But yes, I am next going to do Embrace Darkness on the Mer City, because that will start making, on the next turn, we'll start making some of those Lords of the Deep. So I'll just get that done now. It leaves me with 42 casting points. I will go over, there's a couple other suggestions I'll get to in a second for what to do with them. But first, let's talk Casper Elkund specifically. Said Cardson's army could use both Charge Command and more casting points for spells, like Relentless Army. So I was talking about what I want to give Carson when he levels up, basically. He actually already has Charge Command, I forgot I did give that to him. It's in here somewhere. He's got charge. You can see there it says charge command. It's also listed in here somewhere else. But he could use more casting points, though, just for some neat warlord spells. So that's probably what I'll put most of his stuff into. Might give him a few more levels of melee, too, because it only costs 4 and then 5 to level up melee for him. But spells are definitely not a bad choice either. Some of those warlord spells are actually pretty useful. Like Relentless Army, for example, granting all units in the army tireless. Also, with regard to my Halfling Sorcerer, which I was going to do stuff with in a moment here anyway, she does not need this crossbow at all. Petrify, or Doomgaze, is basically a better version of the crossbow, so I'm going to just sell that because I need item space and I need money. This, I think, was going... Wait, Lizard on a Stick, Poison Spit, I'll keep that, I guess. That is probably going to get sold if I need room for anything. I guess she can hang on to it for now. Another kind of cool idea from Casper Elkind regarding the Sorcerer is the idea of making a blunderbuss for her, which could be nice, because it'd be like an area effect stun. I think it sounds like a fun idea. Give the Sorcerer a shotgun. So I've got, in this city, I just finished my Staff of Weakening. That is already going to her. So I will send that on its way, and then I can go in here and go to Forge Item. We're going to make, I think they're in here, yeah. Fire Blunderbuss. And we'll call, that looks like a shotgun, vaguely. We're going to call it the Spas 12. That was one of my favorite shotguns from, like, Call of Duty games, I remember. So the Sorcerer's going to get an SPAS 12. I like it. Technically speaking, that should be a or a pump not a pump action. I think that's a pump action. Yeah, it should be a pump action, but it doesn't. I don't think that's how it works in this game. But good idea. I think an AOE stun is not a bad choice at all for the Sorcerer. Resurrect. Okay, Ahmed Sultan was the person who suggested resurrecting my Dreadnought, which now that the Orc is dead, I don't see a reason not to do that. I don't have Resurrect Hero yet. I think I can research it, though. I'm pretty sure I just got Greater Disjunction. Yeah, I did. So, Resurrect Hero. Why not go ahead and grab that one? The Dreadnought, the reason Ahmed Sultan suggested getting Resurrect Dreadnought was because of the elemental resistances that it provides, particularly useful against other Dreadnoughts, resistances to fire and electricity. So it's not so much that the hero herself was good, but the passive buffs she gave to the rest of her army were really nice. Ahmed Sultan also suggested going after the Wizard Towers. He was the person who brought that up, so I can probably do that with this Wizard Tower over here on the next turn if I remember, in the next episode. And also, I think I can do it to this one here. It depends on what's inside of it, so I'm going to send my Shrine of Smiting in there to take a peek. We've got an Eldritch Horror, which I think has Spirit Protection. That kind of sucks. But 2 snakes, and then a bunch of Dwarf Apprentices. I'm not really too scared of what's in there, so let's abort the attack, and let's send in, how about the Dragon? We'll send in the Titan. The Black Knight's really good. Anyone who can deal, who's the best at dealing with that Eldritch Horror? What is that exactly weak to? It doesn't really have any weaknesses. Abort attack. Let's go... I don't know, maybe the Frost Queen would be useful. Or I could just throw an Impaler in there as a meat shield and see what happens to him. There's the High Elf Reanimator. He might... You know what, I might need him for patching up undead. So I'll have him go in. Oh wait, obviously. Human Deathbringer, because Ghoul Curse. Why not? Maybe I'll pick up something nice. And then maybe the Giant. Just so I have a good long-range option to throw boulders and stuff. He was going to go up there and join Karzan and company, but I think they're actually doing just fine, so I'll throw that Giant in here too. Should be able to harass the mages with those boulders. Probable victory. I'll be hopefully okay. We'll find out. Go through the rest of the comments after this. I think I may have just hit the wrong button on my phone and messed something up, but we'll see. Okay, so oh yeah, and we got long range from the Shrine of Smiting too. Is there actually any devout units in here? I've got, yeah, they're devout because they're infantry. A devout Deathbringer, or wait, maybe they're not. I'm pretty sure these guys are. Yeah, they are. I wonder why the infantry aren't. I thought Order of Templar Knights gave devout to all infantry and support units. Ah, I could be wrong about that. They don't have it, so. But anyway, I was thinking devout units pair well with these guys because they buff their damage output. So I'm gonna move forward slightly. I don't want to get stunned. So let's move forward just a tad bit. And I would probably like to kill the snakes first, because they're the only real thing that threatens the Shrine of Smiting. I guess the shock breath from the Eldritch Horror does too, because of shock damage, but those guys can stun it, and I don't want that. Giant can move up here, and we'll probably toss a boulder at something. If I can Ghoul Curse the snake, that would be pretty nice. These guys don't have Inflict. They have Inflict Despair. They don't have Inflict. Oh, they do have Inflict Curse. Okay. So maybe that could be helpful. I could compare the Reanimator with the Deathbringer and try to pick up another undead minion. Take it if I can get it. Alright. And maybe I shouldn't group everybody up like this because of Shock Breath incoming from that Eldritch Horror. So I'll split everyone around a little bit like that. Let's see what they do. I forgot about that. Dramatic Spire. Okay, not too bad. And they're blocking the snakes from getting to me. Well, snakes are still pretty fast. Alright. I might want to consider spells here. I've got Mighty Meek, which doesn't really help anybody. I mean, it would help the Reanimator the most, but he shouldn't be shooting at anything. I wonder if you can Ghoul Curse the Eldritch Horror. That would be really hard to do because of the Spirit Protection, but that would be quite a haul if I could get that thing on my side. There's nothing that says I couldn't. Let's see what the odds are just by default. It's only a 16% chance to Ghoul Curse. I'm probably better off going for another snake. But dang, if an Eldritch Horror wouldn't be fun to have. Only 14% chance to spare and 0% chance to curse. That may be more important because, yeah. The odds just aren't good enough. I'm better off going for that King Snake and just killing this thing. The problem is that I have to kill an Eldritch Horror. Units that can't be panicked are ideal for this. So I think the Titan might be a good choice. But I'm going to want to make sure that the Titan doesn't get singled out and killed by other stuff. Honestly, these snakes are going to be harder to deal with than I was anticipating. Let's try to start bothering them. Okay, I got a couple levels of despair on it automatically. That's actually really nice. I think I might Slayer's Doubt that one, just to slow him down a bit. Okay, that limits his options at least. This guy can keep backing up and shooting at that snake without any real risk. Oh, he's also got Broken Spirit, so that could be helpful too. Deathbringer, I still want to improve my odds at that Ghoul Curse before I go in for that, so I might actually use the Deathbringer to help kill the Eldritch Horror first. Alright, let's run this guy around here. Flank that thing, and just see how much damage I can do to it. Oh, there's Enfeebling Fever too. And Noxious Vulnerability. could kill that snake with the giant and just not have to worry about it. As it is right now, he could stun a lot of things if he gets lucky. But as it is right now, my Titan might be in a little bit of trouble. I think he should probably be okay, so I'm going to go ahead and kill the snake, I think. Make sure I'm out of range of the other one. Actually, I think being in range of the other one might be preferable, so that it lowers its guard. Nah, I'm gonna play it safe. I got a little too risky in the last battle, so I'm gonna try to make up for that a bit here. Titan should probably be fine. I think what I want to do, since that thing is so slow and I can move around as I need to, I might put the Deathbringer behind that apprentice just so it can't shoot at the Titan without taking some hits. But if the Eldritch Horror goes after the Deathbringer, he could kill it, so that might also be a bit risky. So I think what I'm going to do is just kind of leave everybody in their current position. Maybe back the Deathbringer up a little, actually. He only needs one hit on something to Ghoul Curse. We'll see what happens. The Titan should be okay. Alright, he wants the giant. Okay, good, they're fumbling. Perfect. And he's stunned my dragon. Okay. Well, I think it's time for that Shock Serpent to die. I think I need to kill that Eldritch Horde too. Let's try to... They're not engaged now, so I could try to Despair. Okay, he should be pretty easy pickings now. I want the giant... Maybe should have moved some units here first. The giant needs to hit that thing all 3 times and hopefully not get panicked in the process. Oh, I've got the Shrine of Smiting too. That helps. How much damage will that do? Enough, I think. The giant could get away with a 2-hit kill. It's actually probably safer anyway because it makes it less likely the giant could be panicked. Yeah, and I need to make sure these guys are close enough to Shadow Step, so I have to open up a path for them. They can come through. Shadow Step to the snake. And I did Ghoul Curse him. But now I have a slightly different problem. That snake could eat that Deathbringer alive, and I don't have a way of getting it back. The Bone Dragon is still stunned. Alright. I could smite the snake. I think I'm gonna smite the snake. Let's make sure I can kill this thing using my original plan. And actually, what I probably need to do is move the shrine here to make sure the giant gets a flank. Okay. There's still no guarantee of a kill. And now he's panicked. Now I have 2 bad situations to deal with. An Eldritch Horror that has full movement points, which is going to kill my Reanimator, or a snake that's going to kill my Deathbringer. Both of them are almost dead, but neither one is quite all the way dead. Oh. I basically need to choose which unit I want to keep alive. I wish the dragon didn't get stunned. That's what kind of messed this all up. Plus I got crap back here that's going to be shooting at me. Smite might not even kill this thing. And I think the Deathbringer is more valuable to me, so the snake's gonna go. Oh no, come on. I wasn't thinking that it would do enough damage to kill the giant. I'm just underestimating enemies all over the place in this episode. Crap. I can't get him back up. He's just gone. I better get something nice out of this. Alright, no more messing around. I'm just killing everything. We'll see if I can ghoul curse something else, get something back out of this. Alright. Well, I mean, I did pick up a King Shock Serpent, which is still nice. I got Summon Spirit Elemental, too. That's kind of interesting. Are those dedicated to good, though? King Griffin Egg could also be good, too. Let me... Can I look that up? I can't look that up while this is active. Maybe I can look this up on my phone. Because I'm pretty sure the Spirit Elementals... I'm pretty sure they're dedicated to good. Let's check the wiki, though. Okay, sorry about that. I probably just cut that out there because I was having trouble finding it on my phone. But I looked it up, and it looks like Spirit Elementals are actually not necessarily dedicated to good. So I'm gonna take this reward because I do like Spirit Elementals. Now I'm gonna look it up in here just to make sure. Spirit Elemental, there we go. Yeah, not dedicated to good, technically. I don't know how useful those will be, but it's nice to have an elemental summoning ability, so... I don't know if it's really worth losing the giant over it, but... I suppose there are worse things that could happen. I think I'm gonna send this Griffin Egg to Farron, because he's the only person who doesn't have a flying mount, and that might come in handy at some point. So maybe I will get rid of something he's got. I don't think I've ever used that crossbow on Farron, so I'm just going to get rid of that. I'm keeping the chicken, though, because it's a chicken. Alright, so I'm going to send this over his way. Let's get the undead all back together so they can heal each other and stuff. Yeah, that's good. Just leave everyone kind of like that. Oh good, I can finish my little road here. I don't know if there's one actually on the city center tile, so yeah, there's already a road there. Alright, now this guy was going back underground. He was my fortress builder dude. These guys were gonna go over... Oh yeah, I remember. I had special plans for this guy. Oh good, race governance level up with the halflings, everyone. Halfling Night Watch bonuses or storehouse bonuses. Neither of those matter to me at all. I'm pretty sure all the halfling cities I'm taking are going to have storehouses, but whatever. Oh, I didn't realize Ferric... Oh wait, no, Ferric I did know had the enchanted tree. What was I going to build here? Oh yeah, settlers was kind of my next stop for Ferric. I wanted to finish that hospital for growth and happiness, race governance reasons. But I'm gonna go ahead and grab the settler. By the time that's done, I think the builder will be down here. And hopefully I'll have cleared some stuff with these guys. I don't think they're going to be able to clear whatever's in that lost city, but I don't really want to put a city there anyway. I think my next goblin city is going to go over here, actually, by those gold structures. And I will probably put another one up here by those gold structures. So, yeah, these guys should be able to handle that. So let's have them move out. How far can they go? The orcs are actually slowing everybody down. Gulagar can discuss joint offer. No. You have to stay where you are for now. Some glorious day in the future, I will eventually go out and get rid of these things, particularly that thing. I don't know. Maybe the Crusaders could go do it by themselves. I'm not sure if they're strong enough, but I could take a look at what's in there and see. Could also send some Exalted up there too. I'm gonna do something about this city. Actually, before I get any more distracted, I want to get through the remainder of the comments because this is why I normally try to do everything at the beginning, because I'm not very good at, my mind bounces from one place to the next very quickly. But I did take out the Wizard Tower, so thank you, Ahmed Sultan, for that. I do think the Spirit Elementals will be nice, and I'll try to get the other Wizard Tower in the next episode. Red Marut is the next up, and that's kind of what jogged my memory on the comments. He suggested expanding the city's borders to get the tomb. It will require me to cancel production of Exalted for a couple more turns, but it's probably better to do it earlier rather than later, just to get a few extra resources. I don't know. I mean, I still got plenty of computers to fight. So I think any extra resources I can get is probably worth it. So I'm going to go ahead and make an observatory there. Actually, I'm going to make a wooden wall. I'm going to make the wooden and then stone wall. And then I'll go back to making more of these Exalted. Where should this guy go? You know, I think units are needed over here right now. Maybe straight east. So I know that was maybe going to disappoint some people because they've been asking for Orc Exalted for a long time, but I do think getting the economic bonus from even just having an extra tomb a little earlier rather than later is probably worth it. Plus, it gives me more room to get more Barons tiles in this city. So I'll go ahead and do that. Red Marut also suggesting casting Seed of Distrust on Hurai Tor. That city is down here, and I think that's a great idea. It's a Draconian city, so it wouldn't be a surprise if they become a vassal of my Draconian enemies sooner rather than later. So I'm going to start casting Seed of Distrust so I don't forget, but I don't have enough casting points to get it on this turn. I already talked about... one last thing from Red Marut. Plant trees in Frostmere to help offset the effects of Dread Siege. That's a great idea, because Frostmere's got a lot of room I can do that in. So let's open the spell book, plant some trees, save the planet, and all that good stuff. So I'm just going to put them mostly kind of in the back, try to keep them out of the way. I guess anywhere where there's not a road, because I still need my units to be able to navigate around here, and a lot of them don't have forestry. So I might leave that one blank if they need to take a shortcut. These should be good to fill in. The other nice thing is this will slow down the Dreadnought unless they send Juggernauts in. Juggernauts will just tear trees down. And of course the spy drones can fly right over them, but I'm not as worried about that. Alright, 206. I still got more room to grow. Actually, I will go ahead and fill this one in because I've got advanced logistics. It's probably faster to take the road anyway. So yeah, just get as many trees around Frostmere as I can to keep it happy. Okay, Soterian and Impregnable were the ones who were talking about, I was talking about the Wreck Disintegrate combo with, so credit goes to them for that. Can I grow trees on a tile? Nope, not where enemy units are standing. That's fine. So thanks to them for that idea. That might come in handy. Excuse me. against a dreadnought in the future. Hubert Chow suggested down here in the south, my sorcerer army may be able to pop up this cave entrance down here and help out with this little invasion. They're kind of needed more there than they are underground at the moment. I don't know if the Necromancer, the Dwarf Necromancer, could cause more trouble, or how quickly he'll show up with more units to cause trouble. But in the meantime, I think maybe sending just her and her core army up and leaving... Actually, that is her core army. I forgot I lost some units. I got a few. I might send them back to guard this city, as that seems to be more of an important choke point. But the sorcerer is probably going to carry on by herself and just her army, and then go up and try to help out with those invading forces. Might be able to pick things off one at a time or something, I'm not sure. Who do I want to leave down here, though? That's a tough call. I'll decide that in a minute. Last comment came from Bele Guthalion, suggested sending some Storm Sisters as healers for the Sorcerer army. Good idea. I wish I had some more Storm Sisters. That kind of all died in this episode, or at least a lot of them did. But I think I can afford to spare some to send down that way, so I will do that. Definitely going to need to prioritize converting units with Ganon's army, because I want to round them out into 3 full stacks of 6. Okay, that takes care of all the comments for this episode. I think I should probably wrap this one up. I'm probably a little over an hour here. I know I didn't quite make it through an entire turn on this one. It's reaching that point in the game where, like, there's so much to do in a single turn and so much to think about and talk about that it's really hard to compress it all into an hour. It's a very deep game, if you haven't noticed. So I think I'm going to wrap this one up here. I will decide who to send with the sorcerer in the next episode, but all plans are to send her up to help out in this area near the halfling cities, at least to just slow down the green army. Part of that depends on what they do on the next turn, but regardless, the sorcerer does need to go closer to that cave entrance anyway, because I want to take that city, which I think I will do on the next episode. There's a number of other things I will get to when I can get to them in the next episode, but for the time being, I think this is pretty good. So I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for all your helpful comments, and I will see you in the next episode.